Hello guys, Nathpul here and I'm back with another video of Farming Life in Another World analysis. And in this video, we'll be talking about the 5th episode of Farming Life in Another World, which is called Curry and Surviving the Winter. This is a strange one, so let's get started. I've got a lot to discuss over here, so without wasting any more time, let's get started. The episode starts where the last episode ended and the house is finally fully built. As you can see, it also shows a full layout of the house from afar so that we can get to see the perspective. There's Hiraku over here standing here, and there's a house over here. It's massive. It's also shown in the anime that Lou and Tia made sure that the house had everything in it. Like they took cons- they took ideas from everyone in the village and combined them into one list so that they can make the perfect house for them to live in, or for Hirako to live in. It's the same because they will spend most of their time in that house. We jump straight into the first floor of the layout of the house. On the left side there is Hirako's room. On the middle there is the main living area. On the right side, there's the kitchen and a living and a dining area. Hiraku also likes his new house, like his new room, he loves it. They also made a dining hall for a lot of people to fit in because, as I already said, that they will be spending most of their time living there, so it was necessary to add more than enough rooms because might get more members because in the opening it's shown more members and now they have got a lot more to get. They also built a cellar for their storage of food and different kind of firewood so they never run out or don't have to stay outside or farm outside to get the firewood and all because it will be really cold during the winter seasons. We get to the second floor of the house, and this is the layout for the second floor of the house. Not much detailed over here is given, but as of now that I can tell that these are the main three separate rooms, and this room over here is a bit special, which I'll get into it. I'll show the smaller one single house rooms because it's not clearly shown, but the double bed is very clearly shown in the anime. Yaku accidentally finds this room which was actually locked, but he unlocked it to see like what was in it, and I think he made a great mistake on opening it because I think you can understand what a double bed means. He makes statues of the dogs in the front of the house. He made some statues of the gods in the tree, but he also thought that little bit decoration couldn't be a bad. So he also made some dogs. And lastly, the placement of the house is shown in the anime. Here is the big tree, and on the far end side, we have the house. It's a really big house, so it has to be separate. After the whole house is being showed, we get to the opening, and believe me, I always say this and I'll say this again. Guys, please don't miss the opening. What if you're watching the anime? Please listen to it. It's really good opening. So right after the opening, Hiraku gets the idea of making curry. As you can guess by now, because the name of the episode is Curry and Surviving the Winter, he wanted to make curry so that he could feed everyone and let them also have the taste of the curry. So while Hiraku is explaining how to make curry, he made a statement usually you just add rocks to the pot and cook it like that. But this was rocks over here, and so everyone heard. 飲めば済むんだが They did not hear rooks, but they heard Lu. So from this statement, they got pretty shocked that Hiraku was going to do such a kind of thing. So they were pretty shocked. So Hiraku had to explain them again. While collecting herbs and spices for making the curry. Hiraku also let the dogs smell what the herbs and the spices felt like to the dogs, but the dogs actually did not like that kind of smell that the herbs and spices gave, so they ran away. But with this interaction, Lou and Tia were a bit too curious on how such a plant is capable of driving off inferno wolves. So they were super shocked and wanted to research on this plant. After gathering all the spices, Hiroku started the preparation of curry, but there was only one helper, Leah, to help him because as you know that Lou and Tia went off to study the plant, research on the plant, and some of the other girls were not too capable of cooking. So here we have only Leah helping Hiraku. Hiraku also makes a statement that it won't be a problem since he knows how to cook, and Leah will be more than enough so that he can help her. A full-on class is shown on how to make curry, and if I tell you this the step by step in which is shown in the anime, it will take forever. So I think guys know how to make curry and can relate some of it and watch the anime if you want to know more. After making the curry and almost finishing the curry, he also wants to eat naan with the curry. Usually Japanese people eat rice with curry, but Hirako also wanted to eat naan because Hirako had a special place for naan other than rice. He had already tried rice, but he also wanted to try naan this time. So he proposed naan to Leah, which she was super confused on what naan is. So the face she's making right now is so beautiful. The drawing is so beautiful, I mean. After the proposal of Hiraku, they started making naan. And finally, after all the cooking, it's finally time to eat the end product, which they worked so hard for. But as you can see, the girl looks on the girls' faces, all the girls, are not quite pleasing because they don't know what they are about to eat. And since they don't know how to eat the naan and the curry, Hiroko helps them and shows them how to eat naan and curry. They like it so much that they even formed a line to get seconds. And after the curry arc is finished, it's the time for surviving the winter arc of this anime. In this episode, actually. And we start with Hiroko telling that the winter has started to draw near. So the winter started making the preparation of winter beforehand so that they don't need to be so much worried during the winter season. Leah is also working on a project on making a forge so that they can keep themselves a bit busy while they are enjoying the winter inside their house. Their newly built house, if I may add. Lou and Tia are also working to preserve food for the winter, especially meat, so that they can have meat during the winter seasons and don't have to go hunting, which would be pretty dang hard in the winter season because all the animals will go on hibernation mode during the winter. They began to fall down and they can't stay outdoors anymore because it's really cold outside. And to kill time, while they are inside the house, Hiraku starts to make some board games so that they won't get bored during the winter. And these board games are from another world, so Hiraku had to teach the girls on how to play the board games because they have never seen such board games or board games in general. And as Lou and Tia are playing the board game, we get to know that Lou is pretty bad with the games that Hiroko is making. Hiroko gets surprised to see that the dogs are playing chess and following the entire rules, and they're actually playing the game right. it's really shocking for Hiraku because he has never seen such smart dogs play chess before, or any dogs play chess before. Not even smart, any dog. Lou being depressed since she can't win any game, which Hiraku is making her depressed and sit in a corner, as we see in this anime. Hiraku also made a bowling since board games can be a bit boring and he wanted to have a little bit mix. So he also made some bowling pins so that they can enjoy some bowling, which is a game from another world in this world. So yeah, they're playing bowling right now. After a really long winter and a lot of games during the winter, the winter season finally ended with the snow melting and spring season came. As soon as Hiraku, Lu, and Tia is out of the house, Zubaton rings the bell to alert them of an intruder. This has to be the one of the best timings for it to have. I don't know what will happen on the next episode since I have not watched it yet, but we are going to see a huge blaster. And let's see why Zubaton rang that bell. Before entering the territory of Hiraku will and this wyvern looks really strong and I think that here Lu and Tia won't be able to drive this off or tame it because as you can see it looks pretty muscular from here and I have got no idea what is going to happen on the next episode, and so with that the ending plays and we are left in a suspense on what is going to happen on the next episode. So if you want to know what happens in the next episode, I really hope that you're sticking around to the end. And with that, we finish another episode analysis or recap, if you may say, of Farming Life in Another World. The upload schedule is a little bit delayed, and the Reborn to Master Blade episodes are not coming in my channel because of one failure video, and I promise you that the video will be coming soon. Just give me some time, or maybe after the entire anime is finished, I'll record everything in one go. I think that will be best, till now, but now I'm not Paul, and I'm signing out with ending episode 5 of Farming Life in Another World, making curry and survive in the winter. See you in the next video.